Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Coach Rock here from Revenge Basketball, and in today's video, we're going to be kind of piggybacking our last shooting video. So in the last shooting video, I talked about the 5 mistakes to avoid if you want to be a great shooter. And one of those was shooting a line drive, improving your arc, which is key to not shooting a line drive. Shooting with optimal arc is going to help you make more shots. And like I explained in the video, the reason why is because if you're shooting too low, then you're not giving yourself the best angle to shoot a high percentage shot. So studies have found that like a 45 degree angle is the best angle. Now, how the heck would you know that? I don't know. Like, we don't have tools out here, but there are a few things that we can use to work on that arc, because the key is you don't want too little arc, but you also don't want too much arc. So you want optimal arc. And there are ways to try to find that without using a tool or a gadget that you're not just going to have access to in a real game. So there's 2 keys, all right? That's all we're going to focus on. 2 keys to actually tell if your arc is good, and then I'll cover a few little minor maybe tweaks to your shot that you can do to help you improve your arc kind of through your technique of your shot. So the first key, I talked about this in the last video, so I'm not going to cover it too much, but by using the rule of thumb, the top of the backboard. So anywhere around this area, I would say if your arc is around the top of the backboard, if that's its peak, all right? So the peak is anywhere, anytime in its flight path, it hits basically around where as high as the top of the backboard, then you're sitting pretty good. So it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. This just gives you somewhere to work with. So if your shot is that high, then you know you don't have optimal arc, right? Or if your shot is that high, then you know you don't have optimal arc. So it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but at least gives you a place to start. Now, one of the best ways to tell and to work on your arc is what I call back of the rim swishes. All right, now these aren't really swishes. These are where the ball hits perfectly through the basket, hits kind of the back of the rim at the perfect angle, and it goes through the basket and you barely see the net move. Now, guys in the NBA, because they have a microphone on the hoop, it's really easy to see this. Great shooters, they do this all the time. They'll hit the shot and it looked like the ball didn't even go through the hoop because the net barely moved. That's when you know you're shooting with perfect arc. So let me try to show you an example here. All right, so that was a swish. Swishes are good. It means your arc is good, but I don't want a swish like that. Okay, did you see how the ball just went in? That's a back of the rim swish where you barely see the net move. Now remember, swishes are fine. Like, I don't want you to think swishes are bad. But what you should be trying to do, if you're working on your arc in particular, try to get as many of those back of the rim swishes as possible. And notice how the ball kind of came right back to me. That's another way that you know. If you can get the ball to come back to you when you're shooting, that's a good sign that you're using optimal arc, because the ball is hitting the back of the rim, deep in the back of the rim, coming out, and it's rolling right back to you. So that is kind of how you know if you're shooting with good arc. All right, now let's look at some technique fixes that you can focus on that can help your arc. All right, one thing is having a C when you shoot. A C or maybe a little V. Either way, I guess it depends where your shot path is located, if you have a higher shot path or lower. But for starters, I would say you start with a C. And then you see, I like the ball, I like it, you know, it's more comfortable down here, more comfortable up here, whichever. But the main thing is you want to see this of some sort in your shot, because that means you're getting your hand under the ball, allowing you to flick the ball up, all right? So if you have to start with just one hand just to get a feel of it, but that's going to help you first off with your arc. Because again, like I showed in the last video, the reason why a lot of people struggle with arc is because they are throwing the ball and they don't have their hand, maybe it's not fully under the ball, maybe it's too far like this, Maybe it's too far behind their head. So that's what we are doing. The first thing is here. Now the next thing, if you're struggling with your arc, is lower your shot path. And what I mean by that is, instead of trying to go here, maybe go here. And you'll need a lower shot path to shoot farther out anyway. And that's why guys like some of the best shooters that have deep range, they have a lower set point, you can call it, is because in order to shoot from that far and be that consistent and get that good arc from that far, you have to lower your shot path. But those guys are on the NBA level. So if you're at a lower level and you might need to lower your set point just to shoot a 3, I mean, that's fine. When it comes to shooting, like I said, the main things I think are important is the targeting, follow through, things of that nature. I don't really think your set point is as important as some people might make it seem. I'm sure you guys see clips all the time of people comment where a player, like, let's say someone like Trae Young, everybody thought when Trae Young got to the league, oh, his set point's too low, he's not gonna be able to get his shot off in real games. I'm sure they said the same thing about Stephen Curry. Guess what? They can pull from 30, like they get it off whenever they want. So there's positives and minuses to everything. So those are some things that you should do to find your optimal arc and then work on that optimal arc. Start from the foul line, try to make those back of the rim swishes from the foul line, move back. Now keep in mind, the farther you move back, you might have to tweak your arc. You might have to shoot it a little higher to keep that good angle. But those are some keys to remember when shooting. So if you found this video helpful and you are looking to take your game to the next level, we have a free training for you where I'll show you my 3 secrets to becoming a big time player in real games. Just click the link in the comments. That'll take you straight to the website where you can go and get the training absolutely free. If you enjoyed the video, do me a big favor, hit the thumbs up for me. Comment below, let me know what you need help with. Anything you need, you know I got you. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Until next time, I'll see you then.